Alyssa Mercante is in the news again after leaving X and showing up on Blue Sky doing the same thing she was doing on X, which makes everyone wonder why she left X in the first place. But details, am I right? Alyssa Mercante on Blue Sky initially said, I am looking to chat with people who have been disparagingly featured in Zach Asmongold Hoyt's content. Which, before I even go further, why does she feel the need to use somebody's full name that does not go by their full name on the internet? It's very curious how she does that with people. It's not very respectful to the way the internet has traditionally worked, where it's just you respect the name that people give is what you address them by. It's kind of like, because she's all about trans rights, right? Like, this is kind of like the whole dead naming thing, where she's like, oh, I want to say the full name of someone, but she will respect what someone changes their name to. Unless it's on the internet, then it doesn't count because that's not as important as trans rights, which is really weird, but okay. She continues and says, I would like to see how this affected you, especially if you can provide ample receipts and clear timelines. So she's looking to write a hit piece on Asmongold again, which she threatened before to do, but it sounds like she's back on this horse again. She says, please signal boost this anywhere you'd like, as I'm not on Twitter anymore. Sure sounds like you wish you were on Twitter, Alyssa. Kind of weird to leave Twitter just to go to Blue Sky and beg people on Twitter to share your posts there because you left Twitter. Why not just stay on Twitter? And she quote tweets it saying, this can be an on, though in some cases that may be difficult. And I said, I've been informed that failed Kotaku journo, in quotes, and serial stalker / harasser Alyssa Mercante, who once claimed to sleep with a man for a story, has decided to begin yet another harassment campaign on gamers in the community for, checks notes, Asmongold daring to have ... opinions. And some of the replies, this one I believe is a joke, at least that's the way I took it, still absolutely killed me. This is from CDN Bruv that said, hi, Alyssa. And this is on a reply on the Reddit post. I once talked shit in chat and got called out by Asmon, who proceeded to pull up my chat logs and then called me a tard. The experience was so traumatic that I dropped out of school and now work in a low-paying fast food job. Had Asmongold not despairingly featured me, I believe I would have become a successful neuroscientist. Please reach out so I can share my story. Just don't share my chat logs in your coverage. And Madam Savvy jumps in to say, again, she tried this before while working at Kotaku and with other people. Yeah, she also tried to get at Melanie Mack with a hit piece as well. Maybe she should work on that resume instead of that. You know, the resume that isn't leading to jobs. She is the industry after all. I think she means she is the industry after all. She's in the industry after all. So very important. Shocking she can't get one. I thought they were handing jobs out to any vagina. I mean, I get job offers and she claims to be better than me as a human. So where are her job offers? And I said, she's spiraling. I've heard word that even her inner circle of quote unquote friends have been trying to get her to walk it back. She thinks she knows best. Ironically, precisely why she always loses. And Savvy replied, not like anyone worth a damn is also on Blue Sky. And why would anyone go to her? She has no grift platform to be seen as valuable anymore. Kotaku could pretend to be a wheel publishing swipe. Ooh. She can't. And I followed this up over here. We have some replies from actual serious people. We got Elliot Thomas, who says, just be careful of his community. They will go beyond the bat for him. but I admire that you are doing what you are doing. We need more people to stand up to these toxic streamers whose sole purpose is to make lives of others hell. And Kahuna says, kudos to you for taking this on. It's long past time, and more games journalists should have been speaking out about this guy and others of his ilk. This Kahuna guy who is on Blue Sky, he apparently writes historical adventure novels for fun. And he is 1,000,000%, in my humble opinion, a milady. To what Tebow responded, can we get an HD check? And we have Yeet also posting this, who says, Alyssa Mercante is seeking info, anonymous or not, from those who have been disparagingly featured in Asmongold's content. And Kata said, Asmongold screwed me over. He reacted to a video of mine and gave me, a black man, praise for it, and even sent his followers over to follow me. Can't believe this white man tried to use his platform to showcase a small, disenfranchised black creator. What a POS. Tebow, she's insane. And we also have someone else jumping in here, which this might be the most curious of all. This is Rye Easby, who is actually, as far as I recall, Ryan Easby, who is a former failed journalist himself. And he says, I'm not sure if I still have the emails from when he featured me in one of his videos, but I'm willing to talk about it. And he continues, I do have the Reddit posts talking about me, though, and the comments of the video. And Alyssa says, I'd greatly appreciate it. Now, that sounds like we have a genuine concern here that Asmongold was harassing and attacking a poor journalist, guys. Why, whatever could he have done or said to make Asmongold attack him or harass him? I said, bro really thinks it's safe to poke his head out of the shadows after time passed and hopes that people forgot about what he's all about. No, we don't forget, Ryan. You are a complete and absolute POS. Keep crying instead of being accountable. And I linked my original video covering the topic. And I want to go into some of the things that this gentleman has been kind of in the news for and what Asmongold was covering. This is from smashjt.com. Game Journal calls for violence against opposition. The unhinged left. Games journalist Ryan Easby's outrageous declaration against Grums, Ryan is a freelance journalist for NME, PC Games N, The Escapist, The Gamer, and Gaming Magazine. And I said, the gaming industry, already a hotbed of controversies, has reached yet another new low with inflammatory remarks from games journalist Ryan Easby. Welcome to the newest member of Kotaku Detected. Known for his work on the outlets I just talked about, Easby declared that Mark Kern, also known as Grums, should, and I quote, never know a moment of safety or peace in his entire life. The statement is yet another example of how unhinged and extreme some individuals on the left have become. Who the F talks like this? So you guys ask yourself, for someone who covers topical information in politics and gaming in the gaming sphere, do you think Asmongold would be off base for, I don't know, looking at this situation and say, yeah, I'm going to talk about that? I mean, I talked about it. Many people talked about it. We were like, whoa, that's kind of unhinged. That's not something a normal person would say. We should probably spotlight this to make sure that something doesn't happen here, because this is a concern. This is what we would call in the industry a red flag, in a games industry that has many red flags. And this is Grums quote tweeting what Ryan said, dude, I tweet about video games. Why does this bother you so much? And this is the original tweet from Ryan. And would you look at who he's replying to? Replying to Alyssa Mercante. He should never know a moment of safety or peace in his entire life, I think, which is very, very curious for someone that is trying to now claim the victim of what's been happening and hoping that Alyssa Mercante will feature him in her story so that more attention comes to Asmongold for being the bad guy in all of this. I don't know. To me, I feel like this is someone that definitely is unhinged and should be spotlighted. This is literally a story. This is one of the things we cover quite often in this industry, with many unhinged things that many journalists will say. And we also have Alyssa Mercante on her own stream today attacking me and Asmongold on Twitch, calling us out, saying that I feed off of Asmongold, and then later on correcting herself, saying that Asmongold feeds off of me, and then clarifying and saying we feed off each other. And I'm like, Alyssa, I have never interacted with Asmongold in my life, ever. He covers my videos that are topical and interesting to him. I find him to be a very good creator, someone that is on the pulse of the industry, far more than any games journalist would ever be, and someone that most gamers are flocking to because they trust and respect his opinion, as opposed to, I don't know, people like Ryan Easby, who say things like he should never know a moment of safety or peace in his entire life. Seems kind of strange. So yeah, that's the current situation right now. I'm not going to show Alyssa's stream because I don't want to deal with her trying to flag anything, because that's what she does. She tries to flag people. But if I need it, I have it saved. We have the information. And she was straight up attacking or harassing, once again, me, Asmongold, and many other creators in the sphere of YouTube and content creation. I find it very curious for the very person that is currently suing me for harassment is now taking a stance of, I'm going to be proactive and harass others. Because for me, it's virtuous and okay. But for everyone else, it's harassment, and I'm going to sue them. And that perfectly sums up exactly who we're dealing with when it comes to Alyssa Mercante. And yeah, I would imagine Asmongold has completely owned her in the past multiple times. I believe he will address this situation as well and completely destroy her with a simple phrase of just put the fries in the bag. This is on r/Asmongold from Krusty the Sock YouTube. Says Alyssa Mercante looking for people who have been despairingly featured by Asmongold's content. It has 1.1 thousand likes and a bunch of comments. She should be worried about the lawsuit that's not going good with Smash JT. I would agree with that one. But yeah, shout out to Krusty the Sock for an epic post on Reddit to get the information out there to everyone. That's legendary. Nobody, I didn't know if you want me to say that or not. Nobody's claiming I am Krusty the Sock. There you go. I didn't want to, if it was secret or private, I didn't want to say anything. So if you're saying it, then it's fine with me.